Hello, everyone, and welcome to our once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am both a Western and Vedic astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. You can find me at astrologicaltarot.com. And we are so excited to have such a wonderful guest today. Her name is Jenna Matlin, and she just came out with a fabulous book, Will You Give Me a Reading? It is so good, you guys. It's very well done. She's already won awards for it, of course.
Awesome.
I'm really enjoying
Congratulations.
it. Yes, I'm really enjoying it, going back and rereading things. And then I also follow Jenna on TikTok, and she has some of the best spread ideas and tips for relationship readings and just all around just amazing material. So definitely follow her on TikTok. It's at Jenna Matlin for most of her handles and jenmatlin.com. And yeah, definitely go get her book, especially if you're interested in the tarot, because she is the pro. Okay. All right. So we'll introduce Tanys and then Jenna, our guest. Yay.
I am Tanys Coughlan, founder of the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I'm a Reiki master, Celtic Shamanic high priestess, crystal master, channel, galactic ambassador. I do stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to have you all here today. Looking forward to reading with you, Jenna.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. Hello. My name is Jenna Matlin. I am the author. Will You Give Me a Reading? I've been a full-time tarot professional for 12 years. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm here just to call forth what needs to be called forth for you. So thank you both ladies for having me on tonight. I am so excited. I can't wait to get into the readings.
Oh, we can't either. And we're here to promote you because your business is absolutely incredible.
Awesome.
And you guys, if you haven't seen her full moon in Virgo betrayal reading, it is so good. I wrote it down. It's just absolutely amazing. I'm going to do it a little later with my husband. We're going to sit down and get all my tarot cards out. But the first card is your current state of betrayal. The second card is like the story that the person who betrayed you is telling themselves, which every betrayer does that, right?
Yep.
The third one is, what's your relationship to this story? What's going on interactive wise? You can tell me if I'm wrong in interpreting this, Jenna. And then what is the lesson for me in this is the fourth card. And the fifth is how to best validate my feelings moving forward, which is excellent.
Ooh.
And then how do I let go to heal? We all need that. Mm-hmm. And then what can I carry with me after going through this betrayal? And it's excellent. And she also talks about different books and things that she reads, like Tarot in Love and Helpful Relationships. And it's just phenomenal. I mean, every time I see anything that she creates, I learn something new. And I've been studying Tarot for 10 years. So I'm just thrilled. I'm total fangirl of Jenna and everything that she's doing. And yeah, definitely get her book. And did you want to talk a little bit about your book and, you know, what it's about and where people can buy it? And by the way, links in the description, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Well, first I want to just say, you know, flattery will get you everywhere, Michelle. Just hey, going.
I only do if it's due. Like I only do it if it's true.
I know, just teasing. Yeah. So my name is Jenna Matlin. I'm like, where did my book go? Oh, there it is. And I wrote this book, Will You Give Me a Reading? And this book is really for those who may read tarot or maybe even not, but for whatever reason, the universe has said it's either time to read for someone else, or maybe someone comes over to your house and they're like, oh, there's a tarot deck on your bookshelf. Can you give me a reading? Right? Will you give me a reading? And how do we be a good practitioner for others? Like that's the first part of the book. Mm-hmm. The second part is how do we become fluent readers and intuitive readers and psychic readers? And how do we notice when that arises in us so we're not constantly running for the key words in books? Because tarot it's an art. It's not a science. And we want to get off of the formulaic ways of reading tarot and have tarot work for us instead of us working for tarot. And that is essentially the main piece of the book. And there's no book out there like this. I'm very grateful to Llewellyn to have given me the chance to be able to platform this as a good friend to tarot readers and a good friend to readers of all stripes. I think even if you don't read tarot, you're going to get a lot out of it. So that's basically it. You can get it on Llewellyn.com. You can get it direct from the publisher. You can get it from wherever it is that you buy your books. It should be there. And if not, order it and ask them to put my book in that bookshelf in their stores.
Love it. And then here's what it looks like, guys. Will you give me a reading? Jenna Matlin. I got mine on Amazon. Okay. So I love this photo of you, Jenna. It's just stunning.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really great.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So everyone go out and buy our book. I love it. And I've been, like I said, I've been doing it for 10 years and there's always something to learn. I really love the section where you talk about being the reader that people need and how we kind of have to put ourselves and our practice aside sometimes and just listen, you know, because that's the difference between good and bad tarot readers. Like you said, you went to the various tarot readers and said, this is how I can be a better reader, because, you know, they might not be listening to the most important thing of what I'm saying. They just think it's important and I don't. So it's just, I love that part of the book too.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I just like, we have to meet people where they're at. So, you know, when Philadelphia Magazine made me spiritual guru of the year in 2019, I was like, please don't use the word guru. Like, I'm not better than anyone. Like, I don't want to sit on this place where, you know, there's this power differential. I'm just a normal person that happens to have a gift or a skill. And that doesn't make me any better than anybody. And I want to come from a place of service rather than a place of here's me and my guruness, you know? So I have like a big caftan coming in the mail. So maybe that's the new beginning. I'm like, I just want to wear caftans. Is that what happens when you hit your 40s? So yeah, that's really how I inform my work, is being a servant to the message. I'm a servant, really. And I want to just serve in the best way I can by meeting people where they are, and then also faithfully delivering the message as it comes through without my bias or spin or opinion, and being really clear what is showing up when we do that. Right. So yeah, but I do have to say, yeah, your hair, Michelle, looks great. Did you put a wash on it or something? It's so pretty.
I stopped dyeing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm like, there's like this like orange, like this little like chestnutty vibe.
I don't know.
On.
Yeah, it's my natural hair color. So thank you. That's very sweet.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some white up here because, you know, hit your 40s and those start to poke through. We turn white in my family. So
yeah.
All right. Well, we are so glad that you're here. And I just want to do a shout out to some of our fabulous listeners. Miss Bell, she says, hey, ladies, good to see you. Rachel, thank you. I did not color my hair. In fact, I usually dye it brunette just because I don't like the rusty color in it. But someone the other day said, stop doing that. So I did. I mean, other people have to look at me, so I might as well just whatever. Okay. And then we have Sev12. Hello. Good to see you. Jiao is here. Good to see you, Jiao. Marahana Ivansek, I would love it. Good to see you. All right. So I know I see a lot of you in the audience. I'm just calling out the people who commented. Thank you, Rachel. You're so sweet. Oh, and Katie, good to see you too. Hi. Katie, she says hello all. All right. So because there's so many of you asking questions, I'm just going to do a quick Vedic reading. We're going to do a quick group reading just for the collective. And then we're going to get to your readings personally. Okay. We are getting a lot of questions. I'm just telling you guys. So if you want to get your question to the head of the line, go to paypal.me/astrologicaltarot or click on one of the links in the description. It'll take you to Square or PayPal. Okay. Yeah, we're putting all. Yeah. All right. So the main energy we have coming in, and again, this is the Vedic sidereal calculation. So it's the exact math in the sky, whereas the Western is tropical and it's based on a calculation from a couple thousand years ago. Okay. So this is Venus enters Aries on March 11th. And so in Vedic astrology, and much like Western, Venus is considered a planet of love, a planet of beauty, of material abundance. And as Venus enters the sign of Aries, which is ruled by the planet Mars, it can have the following effects. Okay. It can bring an increased assertiveness, but also impulsiveness. So just try to balance those two things. It can bring a passionate and adventurous energy, which is something to look forward to, but don't take like big risks, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, because you might jump into the sheets a little too early with this energy. You need to kind of step back and take a breather, because that Martian energy will want you to just like do it. Okay. It can lead to an increased focus on self-image and appearance. Okay. So this could be a good time to just focus on, your personal appearance and taking steps to enhance it in the way that you feel beautiful, like, getting a new pair of earrings or doing your nails or something fun. Okay. It can bring a tendency toward making impulsive financial decisions. So don't be reckless with your money during this time, and make informed decisions. Talk to a few people before you just, buy crypto or do something crazy. Okay. And then there's also potential conflict for relationships because of the Martian energy, because Aries is a sign of conflict. Okay. It's aggressive. So just be mindful of your communication and find really constructive ways to resolve your conflicts. And again, this happens on March 11th. Now on March 12th, Mars, the planet we just talked about, that rules Aries, is entering the sign of Gemini. Okay. So Mars is considered a planet of action, of energy, of passion, of courage. And so when Mars is in this sign, he can increase mental energy and focus, because Mercury is all about our communications and rules Gemini. And so you can expect that heightened mental focus. It's a really good time to pursue a lot of mental pursuits, like studying and learning new skills, because the warrior is lighting a fire in that area. It can bring enhanced communication skills, because Gemini, like I said, is linked to your communications. So this could be a good time to express yourself more competently and assertively. And it also brings out increased social activity and networking, because Gemini is a very social sign. So Mars and Gemini can bring like a more outgoing social life. It's a good time to network, make some connections. There is a tendency toward restlessness and impatience, because Mars is a planet associated with action and movement, and Gemini is associated with restlessness. So this can lead to a tendency toward impatience and restlessness. So just be aware of that. Also, potential for conflicts in communication. So even though Mars and Gemini can enhance your communication skills, it can lead to potential conflicts that we talked about, because, arguments of aggressive nature can come out of this energy. So find constructive ways to resolve your conflicts with others during this time. Then also from March 12th to April 6th, Rahu is going to make a conjunction, which is a north node, with Venus in Aries. Okay. So basically, this is going to bring an intense desire for material and sensual pleasures, because Venus is the planet of love and of beauty and of material abundance. And Rahu is of the planet of obsession, of desire. So together they create a really strong desire for material and sensual pleasures, which could, lead to potential excesses or indulgences. So just try to keep that energy in check a little bit. The good thing is it can bring out a lot of creativity and artistic pursuits, because our Venus is the planet of artistic expression, and this conjunction with Rahu and Aries can only enhance these energies. So this is a great time to explore your creative side, engage in any creative pursuits. There can be, with again this energy, Rahu's influence can like make you be a little reckless or impulsive when it comes to love as well, especially with that Venus and Aries there. He kind of expands it even more. So don't just jump into a relationship with someone right away. Okay. Because what Rahu does is he brings us people that keep us here and incarnating. Okay. He's the planet in charge of making us pay back, making us create debts so that we have to come back and pay them back. So just be very careful with this energy and try not to be too impulsive in love. But the really great thing is this energy can bring forth spiritual growth and transformation, because Rahu is a planet of spiritual growth, and this conjunction with Aries can bring inner growth. So good time to explore your spirituality, engage in practices such as meditation and yoga. All right. Now, lastly, the sun is going to enter Pisces on March 14th for 1 month. And in Vedic astrology, the sun is associated with our vitality, our energy, our life force, while Pisces is associated with imagination, intuition, and spirituality. So this can bring out heightened sensitivity and intuition. It can bring increased creativity and imagination. That's just a theme this month with this kind of Pisces Aries energy that we're going back and forth with. There's also a tendency toward introspective contemplation, sensitivity, vulnerability. But the one thing I would warn you about this is that Pisces is a beautiful and spiritual sign, but it can bring a potential for confusion and a lack of direction. Okay. So the sun in Pisces can create some uncertainty, some confusion. So it's important to focus on clarity and set just really clear goals for yourself during this transit. That's a lot. We have more next week. But, overall, nothing too crazy. Just watch for that Rahu-Venus conjunction and don't make any impulsive decisions regarding your love or money this week. And you guys should be okay. All right. Sending you all lots of love. I know Tanys and Jenna have more.
So I'm kind of excited about the forecast for Sunday, because I'm actually going to be at a trade show.
Oh.
For those of you that are local, the P and Sportsplex, there's a spiritual trade show. We're going to be there with the crystals and stuff. So come on out and see us. And it's a good day for networking, you said. So that's awesome. Glad to hear. As for this week, we have accepting what is. So it's time to sit where you're at and start to take a look around you and find out what it is that's coming through for you right now, okay? You have planted seeds for change, and it's time to have those gestate a little bit more, okay? Dwelling at your truth. So that's what I mean by sitting in it, looking at what's inside. What is it that you really need? Because change is coming, okay? All those butterflies, right? Lots of transformation. So there is a change coming. There is great opportunities going to be coming up. They're saying have no fear, right? Fear tends to get in our way. We tend to put the brakes on when we go to do something and there's fear involved because we're uncertain, right? So they're saying take control of your thoughts, because, our thoughts become our reality. So if we can take control of our thoughts, we can start to manifest things in the way that we need it to manifest. So in order to do that, we need to start with some self-care. So prioritize your self-care. Make sure that you're doing that meditation, eating well, getting enough rest, those sorts of things, and really doing that sort of introspection into what it is that you really want, because you will manifest what you need. Gratitude is key. Okay. So express gratitude. That's how you're going to start to really feel and make it happen, basically. And you're going to it's time to start looking at your divine purpose. So we're all us light workers, we're being called in to start our missions, right? If we haven't already. And so it's good to know that you're on the right path, right? You need to trust your divine purpose and know that it is a path of growth. So we are going to be on a path of growth. The way to do that, follow your bliss, right? Find the balance. There's the sun and the moon in this picture. She's balancing on the unicorn. So make sure that what your approach is balanced. Tap into those energies, the male-female energies. Tap into the music, right? The solfeggio frequencies, they're always great for that. So follow your bliss. Listen to your heart. What does your heart need? That's what you need to focus on right now so that you're manifesting exactly what you'd like to see in your life. Okay? So hope that's helpful. Jenna, you're on mute, hun.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, Jenna.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say with that Rahu in its position, I was like, be careful. Don't swipe right on everybody.
Yes.
Be careful. Just chill out. Take your time. Get to know them. That's dangerous energy. That tender situation. So for this general start to the reading, I have something I call my Mixie Matchy deck, which is this huge box of rando, all kinds of fun things in it. So I pulled some cards. So this is the collective reading. We have Judgment Tarot. We also have the dice from this version of Lenormand. We have Three of Wands. If it just jumped out of my hand, that's even extra energy. We have Three of Wands. We have the Rider in Lenormand. We have Knight of Cups. And we have the Tower. Wow. So what is that telling us? It feels like as we're coming towards the end of winter, we've got a few more weeks before the true spring, season starts. So these seeds that you planted are either going to start to show up in big ways and push their way through the soil for the spring, or they're going to be dead on arrival and they're not going to quicken. So in these last few weeks, I would say continue to do the work to nurture those seeds which you really need to spring forth for you in the spring. And know that not everything is going to be a win, that we're really rolling some dice. But with Judgment and the die and 3 of Wands, there tends to be a bit of a lucky energy for everybody showing up here. And those seeds that you've planted, the ones you've been working on or manifesting, do feel like they will show up in very interesting and unexpected ways, and brighter ways than you might have thought they would show up. So that's the first piece. I would also say there's going to be some news coming your way. If you are single and you are, again, they have that Venus energy. If you're single, with the Rider and Knight of Cups, there will be a message of love coming your way. If you're partnered, it could also be a message in the relationships that you currently have, like some news, but it's going to be news that could either be extraordinarily beneficial and will get what feels stuck into the next level, or it will be news that will be, it will allow you to finish what may have needed to finish for a long time, and it's just been kind of on life support. The Tower is something that many people fear, but I would say don't fear it. It is the card of true liberation. And usually the louder the Tower is in readings is directly proportional to our resistance to change. So as we're looking at the few weeks leading into spring, I would challenge you, what are you resisting? It's time to deal with it before that beautiful spring energy shows up to quicken all of the things that you're manifesting. So that's the quick and dirty for me on a general reading, ladies.
That was fabulous. I love your
That's
box and
awesome.
assorted cards.
Me
That is
too.
such a cool
I want
way
one.
to read. Oh my gosh. I love that.
It's got
That's
all
awesome.
kinds. It's got tarot. It's got oracle. It even has pieces of like games that I have found over the years.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, I love it. It's got a little bit of everything. So this is what I do when I have a deck that maybe I lost a card, or obviously I can't read that way, or maybe it doesn't speak to me as a full deck. So I put it in here and I just collate them, and I use this for readings. I also use it for art. I say tarot wants to be used. And if we have it wrapped up in silk in a high shelf and we're never touching it, that's not how it wants to be used. It wants to be used. It wants to be used in all kinds of ways. So that's my advice for those of you that have those rando little decks that you don't know what to do with.
That's
This is
awesome.
what I'm talking about. Every single time you open your mouth, I learn something cool.
I need a box.
I know. I want one now too.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Like I have like a Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's in
Oh,
here.
cute.
I've got, and then people will mail me stuff and I'll mail people stuff. So there's like these little magpie oracles of all kinds of fun things. Someone sent me, look at this, just cards with words on them.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So dumpster fire. Ooh, gosh, right? So,
I don't want that in a relationship reading.
No, that would not be a good sign.
yeah. So the thing is, the universe uses whatever tool is at our disposal to speak with us, right?
Yep.
Like it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So why not have a little fun with it?
That's awesome.
Exactly.
I love
That's
that.
great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are going to get to all of your questions now, guys. All right. I want to say hi to CEV12. Katie's here. Khalid Muhammad is here. New people, Lala McGreenlight. So good to see you. And then there's a gal, let's see, Catherine Graves. Go ahead and ask your question and then indicate who you are, because if that's you, Katie, you're second. Rachel tipped first, okay?
Katie is
All right.
Catherine. Katie is Catherine.
That is her. Okay, thank you, Katie.
She says
okay.
receipt under Catherine.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. So you are second and Miss Rachel is first. And let's see. Let's find Rachel's question here. Oh, and Rachel said this about Jenna's reading. She goes, this is all dead on. I feel this. There you go. All right. Just confirmation there. Let's see. And yes, we do mediumship CEV12. We do that. And if you're trying to contact your cat, we do that as well. Okay. All right. So hopefully I'm not on stage when you read me. Oh, you're going out for your audition. Okay. My
Oh.
question, general reading, please. Tomorrow I have a job interview. Well, congratulations on the job interview, Rachel. That's awesome. I did do a general read for you just about the interview because you mentioned that specifically. Okay. And I went to my creativity oracle because according to Jenna's book, choosing the right deck is just as important as asking the right question and getting the right answer. Okay. So originality. They're really going to appreciate the fact that you are a very original person. I call this my Ramsey card because he's got this spirit leopard and he's one of the most eclectic, successful, amazing people ever. Okay. And this is in a card of it. Look at this. Come on. It's a leopard dancing in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Card.
Yeah. I love the imagery here. This is Amy Zerner's art. And it says, feel lighthearted and free while trusting that your unique way of doing things is the right way. So just rely on that originality and your uniqueness of spirit because they're going to appreciate that in the interview. Maybe wear something a little extra because this guy is extra. Okay. So if you're going to wear something conservative, like maybe put on a fun necklace or, something that makes you stand out that can be a conversation piece. Okay. So that's the first thing that I got. The second thing I got from the Creativity Oracle is precision. You see that the brave here is hunting and he is very precise in the way that he is observing and we're moving about the landscape. So the desire to do things precisely is useful as long as it does not devolve into rigidity. So be precise, but have fun and let them see the real you a little bit. I always find that that's great in an interview because then you can see how they react to you a little bit. Okay, they react to your personality in the workforce. They're either going to be indifferent, love you, or hate you. You've got nothing to lose. And you want to make sure that this is a good environment for you to work in because I know you're empathic and you can struggle with the toxic, negative people. But overall, I got the Make-A-Wish card. Okay. This is the card of, contentment, of financial comfort. I love this card because it can bring sudden growth. Okay. So continue to kind of go through your wishes and find out what you like because I got that movement is coming. Okay, especially when it comes to your material desires. The Chariot, in my opinion, represents the material journey that we're on and what we collect along the way. Okay, and I know that you have a lot of options ahead of you. So don't restrict yourself to this one interview. Keep it open. And then I asked, what's restricting her a little bit on her journey? And as you know, I've read your chart. You've got Rahu right on your moon and you're going through your nodal return. Okay, the really great thing about Rahu is he helps us realize like what our obsessions, our desires, what we really want to get in life. When I had my nodal return, I got back into Vedic astrology. So this is something that you can just kind of sit down and mull out for yourself. Don't let the fear and anxiety get to you. Turn it into passion. Okay, because that's the best way of using it. And of course, that I've given you some remedies. So do those remedies for Rahu. Okay, mantras and all of those things. Okay, I know that Tanys and Jenna have more for you, and I'm sending you tons of love, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. So yes, I also feel you should wear something bold, like a bold color, paired with conservative, like black pants, bright shirt, something like that, and or jewelry, like Michelle was saying, something like that, because I do think that that's important for you to stand out. When I asked about the interview, it was stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. So from that, I would say that you've had some bad experiences before. So just know that just because those were bad doesn't mean this one's going to be bad. So don't project bad experiences onto the future one. Step into your stillness before you go in. Okay. Tap into your intuition, but step into the stillness before you take that step into the interview because you'll be more calm. All right. Look at it as an adventure. So you're embarking on an adventure. Think about the interview as this adventure that you're going on to do some fact finding, because like what Michelle was saying, you want to be happy there as well. And you don't want to be going into a place that you're not. So yes, you want to impress because that's what a job interview is about, but you still want to be in that authentic kind of space for you. Okay. So have no fear, because fear tends to take away some of our authenticity when we go forward. Trust that your angels are there with you. Okay. That they're watching your back. They got you. Archangel Michael is there as well. So ask him for some guidance as you go in, and just communicate freely. Okay. So I always say this is from communicating from the heart, because there's a little heart right there. So communicate from the heart. Okay. Because like we said, you need to be authentic in this interview. And that's going to help you to open to the love of the job, right? It's a job you have to have passion for. You see the flames there. You need to have passion for the job. And if you don't have passion for the job, maybe it's not the right one. Okay. So if you go in and you show that enthusiasm and you have passion for the job and you be authentic, speak from the heart, then you're going to end up really, doing well with this interview. When I asked for a yes or no, I got a positive card here. Have faith. Okay. Sense of duty, responsibility. When I asked kind of what this was, what the energies behind this position would be, I got stability and harmony. So those are good cards for this job. Okay. So either way, if you go in and you make that impression, like what you want to do, you're authentic and you show the enthusiasm that's meant for it, no matter which way it ends up, you're going to be happy with how the interview went, because you're going to be in a position of empowerment. Okay. Because that was one of the other ones that I got here. Get your power back. All right. And so that's how you're going to do that. And that's a healing way to go about it. Angels of healing are with you. All right. So lots of luck, Rachel. Sending you lots of luck.
Hey, Rachel. I'm going to keep this brief because I know you got to get on stage. So I'm using the Lenormand for your reading. And so here's what's working as you're coming into that interview. We have Moon. And we also have garden, that you come very well regarded. There is a good reputation and energy around you. And I feel that there must be a lot of people within your community or industry who said good things about you. You're coming in with a lot of gravitas, and that's going to work really well. However, there is a challenge area that I want you to know about, not to scare you, but to prepare you for tomorrow. What I see is the Tower. In Lenormand, it's different than tarot. We have the key. And whenever the key shows up in Lenormand, it means, ooh, wake up, pay attention. This is really a big deal. And then we have cross, which is burden. All of those three together means that there's something around either an example they're going to give you in the interview that you have to somehow navigate, that is going to be technical details. Or administrative details. So whatever it is that you feel you may be a little weak on in terms of the detail orientation part of the job, if you just want to run through a refresher for that in the role, it will work for you. But if you flub it, you will not get this position. So we can only go as far as we can with charisma. And if you have to just make sure that you're not too nervous and you flub up on the technical details, that's not going to cost you this job. Now, even though you do really well, let's say you do that and pass, it's still a really hard decision on their end, because when I asked for the outcome, I got birds, deliberation, tree means like slowly deliberating. And then man, there's a gentleman who's going, it almost feels like there's going to be some kind of, like equal numbers of people say yes or people who say no. And there's almost like a tiebreaker that happens with this gentleman. And the tiebreaker with him depends on the negotiations around the compensation package. So he is going to be like, out of all of these, who's going to cost us the least and give us the most? That is part of it. So it really comes down to being able to platform yourself in a way where they think they're getting an incredible deal by hiring you. And if that happens, then you'll get the offer. And that's my reading. Good luck.
Beautifully done, Jenna. And you got it spot on, because Rachel said, I have to take a pay cut, but it would be great for me to get off the road because she has to travel a lot for work. So,
Okay.
yeah.
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 Yep.
And
Makes
then
sense.
Tarot Stash, hey,
Hey,
Gerald, we love
Gerald.
you. Yay. And he says, hey, I just got Jenna's book. Will you give me a reading to study for an upcoming topic?
Oh,
Yes, Tarot
Awesome.
Stash has a fabulous channel, you guys. He has the best guests on his YouTube channel. And you can see his handles right here. And yeah, he's just, we talked to Ro, and then Beth is here too. She goes, LOL, my mind went to, I need a box. Yes, I want one of those boxes too,
Me too.
Beth.
yeah. Just reach out. I will mail you a few cards to seed your magpie box. Your mixed
There you
magpie
go.
box.
That would be such a great activity to do in the tarot community. Like we all send, like we have a big mail out, and everybody sends like different people
Sends
cards, and you can
cards,
have a
yeah.
whole, yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. We should do, remember like the old school. Do you guys remember? I don't know if anyone, are people old enough to remember when you would do like those chain mails, but like in the
I
snail
remember
mail?
those.
And it's
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
we'll forward this to like 3 people, right?
Yeah.
We could do something like that, but with like these rando cards that we send each other. Oh my God,
Oh
let's
my
do it.
gosh. That would be
That would
so
be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it would. It would. Oh man, I remember snail mail, and this is pre-internet days and all of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be so much fun.
It would.
Okay, you heard that, Gerald. Okay. Because he's like one of the kings of the community. So I haven't had Michelle and Tanys on my channel yet. Yes, we plan to we plan to be on there someday. When we love you, Gerald. And then I just put her book in my cart. Oh, Beth just bought your book. Yay!
Oh,
It's back. Yeah, we got a sale. Yay, 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 yay. It's so
Well, and
good,
Gerald.
Beth.
And Gerald. That's awesome.
Gerald
you.
too. Yeah, you're really gonna love it, guys. Will you give me a reading? Packed full of awesome information. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't even
Aw.
finished it yet because I keep going back to certain sections and rereading them, and then doing some of the spreads. It's just testing out the court cards. It's just so much fun.
You guys.
Awesome.
And Tarot says, I guess I should invite you. Oh, that would be awesome, Gerald. We'd love to. We'd be honored to be on your show.
We would. We would.
All of us would, I think. Okay. All right. So our next question is Miss Katie. Where is my I tipped here. Where do I post my question? You can tip it. Let's see. You can put it anywhere. Let's see. I see potential love interest Q. His birthday is October 6th, 54, and you're December 2nd, 66. Different countries. Oh, wow. Okay. So the first thing I got is bounce it off your tribe. Okay. This is the 11th house in Montefarber's Calmer cards. And use your circle of friends and your associations to just kind of, bounce some ideas off of about this person relationship wise, because I had an image of you just sitting down at coffee with a couple of friends, and they were just giving you their honest opinion. Okay. So that's something that you can, I normally don't tell people to invite other people into their relationships, but when that card comes out, it's like your girlfriends might have, or boyfriends, or, whoever you got in your life, they have some things that they can add. Okay. Because the first card I got for you, just relationship in general wise, and in this one in particular, is the 8 of Shells reversed. Okay. So what this tells me is there needs to be more awareness of the physical, mental, or emotional sacrifices that are involved in what you're asking about. Okay. So if you're having any doubt, any pessimistic thoughts, either of you right now, this is going to require some sacrifice from both of you to make it work. And you mentioned that you're living in different countries. Okay. So make sure that you're both giving equally to the relationship in the beginning, because what they're showing me is it can lead to an imbalance in how much you're sacrificing or he's sacrificing, and it can lead to some issues later. Okay. So it also indicates that letting go or moving on could be scary, but if you're continually giving more than you're getting, you need to find a more worthy partner or cause. Okay. So just keep that in mind moving into this relationship. You should keep that in mind with every relationship, because it would just be, it just works. Okay. Because I get that you're an extremely generous person. I got the 6 of Gems. This is generosity. So your kindness and generosity are indicated in the way that you interact with other people. And what you give will come back to you in really amazing and good ways with your relationships. But just make sure, like I got that self-sacrifice card, that you're not giving too much of yourself, whether it be time or money or, just overall energy, because you are an extremely generous person. This can work, but you may not receive what you ask for. Okay. And that's because you, let's see. You and your partner need to be on the same page regarding your financial goals, your relationship goals, your emotional and mental goals. That needs to happen. And then this will happen. Okay. You need someone as generous and kind-hearted as you, is what they're showing me. And right now there's one person giving up a little too much in the beginning. Okay. So just find that balance there, because I did get a good final card. Okay. I got the Sun. Okay. Enjoy yourself. The sun has enough light and power for everyone, except especially the solar-powered wings of the wise scientist here, who's figured out how all people can fly. So you need to share your highest qualities and achievements, radiate who you are. This is a fabulous card for relationships. It's about having fun. It's about playing. So try not to take it too seriously. And let's see, Tanys, you got the sun too. There you go. That's a different deck. So that's just double confirmation that this person is attracted to you. There's a special cosmic connection. There's a soul response. You can both be non-judgmental, respectful, and comfortable with each other. Okay. And this is from Amy Zerner and Monte Farmer's Love Tarot, which I got for Valentine's Day this year. It's a really good deck. I found it. I'm new to it, but it's pretty powerful with some of the relationship readings that I'm trying it out on. Lastly, there is going to be a period of separation. You're already going through that, time spent apart because you're in different countries. Just see this as a time to let your heart grow fonder. You see how the knight there is at the end of the bed and she's just kind of upset and sad. Just allow this to allow you to spend more time being introspective regarding your relationship with this person. And then I also got that it's safe for you to love. When I get this card, it tells me that you're learning to open your heart again after a significant heartbreak. Okay, so it is safe for you to love. You can trust your intuition. You can trust those instincts that are within you and rely on them moving forward with this person. The only warning I have for you is do not over-sacrifice yourself. You're extremely generous. You're extremely kind. This is a balance, not just for this relationship, but for all relationships in your life. Okay, Katie? I know Tanys and Jenna have more. Thank you for tipping, and I'm giving you lots of love as you figure this out. And please come back and let us know how you're doing. Oh. You're on mute, love.
Hi, Katie. Yeah, so it's interesting because this deck that I pulled the sun from, I actually got the moon as well. So really about finding that balance, right? The sun is that happy card. It's a feel-good card. The moon often is about intuition or something that's hidden. So in this case, I also got this, release your ex. So I'm not sure if this is your ex or their ex. I kind of feel like it might be their ex that they're still kind of holding on to. And he's recently widowed. Yep. So he's got some healing to do first. Okay. I did get to give your relationship a chance. Okay. So work on the partnership. I think that you deserve to have love though. Okay. You are lovable. You deserve love. You're still in the getting to know each other stage. All right. You have to do sort of that new love stuff, which I got the new love card too. Okay. So it's about heart-to-heart conversations to get to know each other. Okay. There's definitely romantic feelings there. They are real and they're expanding. You need to listen with your heart. Okay. Because if he's recently widowed, he's got some healing work to do. It's going to take some time for him to work through that. I do have that it is safe to love and that it's worth waiting for. Okay. So I do feel like it's going to take some time. There's some positive and some negative in this in terms of where he's at. So I picked a couple of cards for what he's like, kind of thing, what the relationship would be like. So it is positive mediator. is what's coming up for you. Empathic, balance, giver. So this is kind of like your card, right? You're that mediator. You're the intuitive one. And right now, he's lacking direction. There's some restlessness there for him. Okay. So he needs to get through that, and communication is the way you're going to do that. Okay. So you need to spend the time to have those heart-to-heart conversations, but it is going to take a bit of time and a little bit of work, right? You do need to find the balance in the relationship before you sort of run forward, right? Because this is unusual that I picked both of those. So that really shows me that you really need that balance of the masculine, feminine energy for both of you. Okay. I think that you're capable of finding it, but I think that he's got to be over his ex first. Okay. So he needs some grief counseling or such to work through the grief. All right. Hope that's helpful, Katie.
Hey, Katie. So I pulled these cards all before you disclosed that he was a widower, and also before my colleagues here pulled their cards. And I have to corroborate with that, because what I'm seeing here is a complex and dynamic picture. And I'm a very straight shooter. I don't mince words. What I see here is I'm getting book, which means secrets. Crossroads, that the knowledge of those secrets may shift some choices about things. And then I got coffin. And at first I saw that coffin as, oh, they're not going to last. That this is like, once this comes out, she's out. But then when I heard, that he recently lost someone, this could be the indication of that. Yeah. But he's not ready. And I think he thinks he is, but he isn't. And so what I got here was Scythe, and Scythe in Lenormand, we look at, so Lenormand is a little different from tarot because we're looking at the directionality of some of these cards. And the Scythe was, let's see here, pointed right at the man. So we have the knife going towards the man. So I think that there's the complication that we've all discussed until now. But I also think that there's some of the other things about him that if you knew more deeply, it would make you go, And I feel there's some work around him in terms of his deeper emotional intimacy and also his deeper physical intimacy. There's some stuff that are legacies from the prior relationship that if he's not careful, he's going to bring into this one. All of that being said, I was like, well, what's the viability after all this said and done? And I got a very interesting other two cards, which was House and Heart. Boop. So for me, this says, like, we don't need to put all our eggs in this one basket, and that actually there could be love very close to home for you without this like intercontinental, who knows what, make sure, you gas up your flights rewards cards, right, everybody? So I feel there's a big heavy lift here for you. And then I want to pull a few more cards, because what I'm getting intuitively is around your incredible, incredible gifts around. There's something about you I'm picking up. It's almost like you're like a catalyst, might be the best way to say it. And that you have this ability to enter people's lives and you catalyze things for them. You awaken them, or they come to new realizations, or they level up because of you. But then I wonder, where are you in all of that? And so I would say be real careful of that tendency, because you need a catalyst for you. So I pulled a few more cards around that, and I got Page of Pentacles for you. I went to Tarot and I got 3 of Pentacles. So these two tell me that what may ultimately work is something really accessible and doesn't require a lot of effort on your part or anyone's part. It's just kind of easy. That's the vibe I got. There's love close to home. That's not to preclude this gentleman, but I mean, if you're a free agent, be a free agent, right? Like, put your eggs in all the baskets, have fun. The journey to love is a journey, isn't it? It's not always just about the destination. And so that, my friend, is my reading for you tonight.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Thank you, Jenna. And you did mention there's just something under the surface. I saw the secrets card that you pulled. And so I went to my love tarot to find out what secret.
Mm.
I got the Fool. Someone's being fooled here.
Yeah.
Or he's,
Okay.
if he was, especially if he was in a long marriage, like, there's just like, he's new,
Mhm.
he's like a little toddler. He's like, oh, I've not been dating in a long, I don't know how to do this. And so we don't need to put ourselves in positions of being the rehab facilitation centers
Bingo.
for others.
Yeah.
And that your light is beautiful and perfect. And it is totally great to call to you your equal in terms of what you're manifesting towards you.
Beautifully said. Yeah. Don't sacrifice too much of yourself, Katie. Yes, mother of his children and all. Oh my gosh, he has
Yeah.
children. Okay, that's a
And
lot.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So take this slow. Go. I mean, there's a Rahu Venus conjunction coming up this week. So just don't jump on the first plane and go run to the rescue. Okay. Take it slow. Okay. That's I mean, I was friends with my now husband for years before anything happened. So and we have like, we're best friends. So and now happy. So it just tends, everyone's different. But what I'm saying is, in my opinion, taking things slow and the children are in their 30s. Yeah, still,
Okay.
but still, when you're inviting, when children lose their mother and then you step in, it's a whole thing. Okay, because then you're a stepmother. Okay. And I can tell you that, if you just look to the royal family for what's going on with Komilla and the boys, it's a whole thing. It's just like that across families. It's complicated. Okay. Even if it's been years, it's complicated. All right. So we're sending you lots of love, Katie. Thank you for tipping, and come back and let us know how you're doing. And she says, thanks, Jenna. Awesome. All right. So we're going to let Tanys go because she has to go to another show. And Cassie is here. She's saying hi. Let's see if I can find her. There she is. She says, hello, ladies. Good to see you, Cassie. Cassie has a show called Metaphysical Happy Hour. And Tanys is going to pop on over there for that fabulous show. It's going to be at 5 o'clock, which would be 8 o'clock Eastern.
8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll let you sign off, Tanys.
All righty. So I'm Tanys from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And I was super thrilled to meet you tonight, Jenna. Thank you so much for coming. And super happy and honored to be able to share with you guys tonight. And have an awesome week. We'll see you next week. Okay.
All right. Love you, honey.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care of you. Okay.
Two of us.
It's just the two of us. I'm going to have to really shuffle my cards and do it quick. All right. So our next question is Mr. Zhao. Good to see you, Zhao. Any message that I should expect in the next 3 to 4 months? Thank you all. Okay, Zhao. So the main thing, I always go, the Whispers of Ganesh always speaks to me when you show up on the show. And I got beginnings. Okay, this is an indication of a new energy on the horizon that's going to bring out an open-hearted opportunity for you. So just pay attention where you're going. Okay. Now notice that, see, he's got his hand out right here. That's called the Abhaya Mudra. Okay. The Abhaya Mudra is a gesture of fearlessness. Okay. It's reassurance. It's safety. It dispels fear and it accords divine protection and bliss. So this is basically telling you that there is a new beginning with some deep spiritual significance coming your way, and you're totally supported through spirit through this. So don't fear it. Okay. You're being encouraged to consider things a little differently and take a fresh approach to how you're working with your inner guidance. They're saying with awareness comes understanding. I know that sounds a little cliche, but that's what you're headed into. And one benefit of this new start is that there's going to be an opportunity to stay true to your own path and your own guidance moving forward. It's like you're coming into your own with this transition. So release the need to try to bring others into your vision right now and trust yourself to be willing to do the work that's needed right at this time. And just your inspiration is positive. Creativity, finances, and love are flowing just before you, but just ask your guides to assist you with this new energy and these opportunities ahead of you. So then I asked, what could possibly be holding Jal back? Because when I get that gesture of fearlessness, that tells me that you're fearing, or you're maybe a little anxiety, have a little anxiety about something. So I got the moon. There's something that reversed. So there might be something that has not been very clear, but it's about to become clear. Okay. There's clarity is coming your way. Okay. And what this will do is it's going to activate this Nine of Wands reversed energy. So this is telling me that you might lack confidence. Okay. Because you see him, look at his face. He's guarding something. He's unsure.
Mm-hmm.
It's, if you ever go to one of the military forts in the United States, there are these giant posts and they're all around. It's impossible to get through these back in the day. And that's what I feel like you're going to initially do, is once you receive this moment of clarity and you begin this new beginning, you're going to start putting walls up. Okay. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and avoid any negative behavior patterns, because you have all the tools necessary to confidently move through this new transition, through this new beginning that's coming your way in the next 3 to 4 months. Okay. I am going to pull a self-care card to see if anything comes up for you there, because that can help you a little bit with the anxiety of starting something new. Oh, I got chanting. I do this every single morning. It's fabulous. Find a mantra that works for you. You can chant it 108 times via a mala, or you could just, develop if you already have a practice with a specific set of mantras, just continue doing that, because that's spirit basically saying, good on ya. Okay. Because Ganesha seems to like you in my deck, I'll give you one and you can use it or not. It's totally up to you. And it's very simple. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And in Hindu cosmology, Ganesha is the removal of obstacles and fear. Okay. So that might help you kind of break through some of those barriers as you step into something new and exciting. But don't fear. You've got your guides. You've got a lot of protection and support around you. And I'm very excited for you. Okay, Jal? I know Jenna has more, and I'm sending you lots of love.
So Ganesh, I don't know if you saw there was a TikTok going around about these Indian elephants that there's crosswalks for them, and that by law people have to stop so the elephants can cross the road. But the elephants are pretty smart. And when there's a truck carrying a bunch of like fruit or sugar cane, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's like the ice cream truck for elephants. I was like,
Yep.
that's great. Anyhow,
I love that.
So my friend, this is for you. There is some stuff happening, and I heard echoes of that with what Michelle said. And I want you to be very careful with your work. What I'm seeing here is anchor. Anchor means your job, your day job. And then I'm seeing moon, which is reputation, how people see you, how you come across, how people trust you. And then I got some really tough cards around it. I got cross, which is like there's some kind of difficulty at work, and mice. Mice is, and then garden. So all of these talk about some energy that will undermine you, but it's in the shadows. It's secret. It's not where you can really necessarily put your finger on it, but you're feeling the effects of it. And so I would say a couple of things. Be very, very careful about what you're saying to whom, even people you think you might trust. When you're at lunch, you're still on the clock, and the walls have ears. Be very, very careful about anything you say that could be misconstrued, because what I see here is some difficulty that's coming around you at work, and it's based on these whispers on the wind. Now, that being said, if you are looking for an alternate position, whether it's within your organization or outside of it, it does look pretty good. Now through June, it looks like there could be a job offer, and a good one, or an opportunity of some sort. And you can make your move from there, because we have man, which is you. We have letter. Letter is an offer coming to you. Often this is job offer, because what I'm really looking at, this is around your occupation. And then clover it's kind of a lucky offer. It may have come out of nowhere, or it was something that you didn't put a lot of stock in. There's some luck element to it. And then finally, stork. And in the Lenormand, stork is not pregnancy, it's migration. So I would say put your feelers out everywhere and be open for a source to jump from an unexpected area. But in the meanwhile, be really careful about what you're saying to others, or what kind of information you're passing along to others, because it feels like there may be someone a little treacherous around you. And I want to be clear, this is not a deal breaker. You're not going to lose your job or anything, but it does take a ding to your reputation, and we don't need that kind of drama. So we see these kind of readings that when you are forewarned, you are forearmed. So that's my reading for you. And I'm guessing you speak Portuguese. So isn't it obrigado? Is that how you say thank you in Portuguese? And I hope that was helpful.
I love that. Yeah, obrigado. Yeah, that's
it.
obrigado. Yes, Jennifer, there is still time. Welcome. Good to see you. All right. So we're going in order, guys. If you want your question answered ahead of the line, we only have about half an hour left. Okay. So go ahead and do that just to make sure. And so the second question we have in order is Miss Bell. Good to see you. May I get a general reading, please? And thank you. You are so welcome, Miss Bell. Okay. So I went to my karma cards and 3 of them flew out. So I was like, what is going on? The first one I got was Aquarius. Aquarius is all about innovation, ingenuity, looking at things from a different perspective. And Saturn just entered Aquarius in the Vedic chart. The last time this happened, we got the internet. Now we're moving into this whole AI revolution. Yeah, I know. So I know my moon's in Aquarius, so I get excited about stuff like that. And I've just been playing with all of it and having a lot of fun. And seeing like what apparently it knows nothing about Vedic astrology. It gets everything wrong. Like I'm on ChatGPT and I'm asking these basic questions and it's like wrong. But you know, it's fun to play with. So it's actually makes me happy because I still have a job. But the Aquarian, just be prepared for this Aquarian energy that's coming, because it's going to be the next 2.5 years. Is basically going to set us up for the next 30, just like the last boom that we had. Okay. I got Libra for you. Now, you try to balance out the people around you. You are a bridge builder, okay? You're able to take ideas from one side of the aisle and bring them to the other. So there's a need for some balance here, especially with this Aquarian energy, because Shani's coming out for me. It's like there's something going on with you and Saturn. And so balance. And Saturn is exalted in Libra. Okay, so this would be some great energy to tap into. He's in Libra in my chart, and he's been helping me with a lot of the energies of what's called Sadhisati, Saturn going over my moon. So if you schedule a session with me, I can tell you what Saturn's doing in your chart, but he's telling me it's something big when I get these cards, okay? Then I got Sagittarius. This is all about ruling your life to the highest of your ideals and being very precise about them, being very focused. Okay. What Sagittarius does, it's a mutable sign. So it takes all of that fiery Martian Aries energy, which is where this fire starts in the zodiac, and it takes it down to a laser point. So you're being asked to take all of that fire and put it into an instrument that you can use in a very precise way. All right. And so I said, what does she need to do to balance herself? Just kind of moving forward with this innovation, this need for balance in relationships, and this precise energy. And I got, you need to speak up. I got, be candid. You need to start speaking your truth and not being afraid to express it, even at the risk of standing out. This is represented by the Vishuddha. It represents, it's the throat chakra. It represents speaking, listening. It's a gateway to the higher spiritual realms. And when your throat chakra is activated, when it's balanced, there's a diminished chance for miscommunications and misunderstandings. So you can express yourself as a spiritual being. And they're telling me you are an excellent communicator. You have like this, you speak from your heart and you're very honest, and Spirit wants you to do that more. Okay. There is a lesson from Shani coming that's going to help you do this. Like, you won't have a choice but to speak out and speak your truth. You can ask for what you need from others. is another thing they're telling me. You have to express yourself individually and creatively moving forward. And that is what spirit is coming and telling you to do. That's what this lesson that's coming your way is going to teach you, because Saturn is the karmic teacher. And when he passes over a point in our chart, he's teaching us something. Like I said, he's on my moon exactly tomorrow. And I just received my lesson and I'm like, whoa. And then what happened? I'm on Jenna's channel on TikTok, and she's all about betrayal and how to deal with it and how to do a spread for it. And I am all about it. So I didn't even have to ask the universe. They just delivered it to me on how to handle the situation that I'm in. And you are being asked to do that as well. So this card is inviting you to create that emotional balance and stability in your life, as indicated by the Libra card that I pulled for you. Okay. The main thing that they're telling me is that you need to express your thoughts. Don't hold them in. Don't just allow other people to talk over you, or allow the conversation to end without adding your 2 cents, because they're important and you do have something important to add to the discussion that needs to be heard. Okay. So have fun speaking your truth and don't fear it, because that's what it's there for. I'm just going to see if you had any comments. Oh, Saturn return in Aquarius. Oh, congratulations. Well, Saturn is very happy in Aquarius because he's in his own sign in the Vedic. Okay. It's also ruled by Uranus. And don't be scared of Shani. He's literally a karmic teacher. And what's really great is this is the plane called Mrityaloka, the place where all things die. So the lessons and the suffering that we have here, it's like a huge eraser on a whiteboard when it comes to all the past stuff that we're dealing with. Okay. So just see it as a blessing. And she says, thank you so much. You're so welcome. And you do hold, I hold back so many times. Don't. That's what this lesson is teaching you. It's don't hold back. Speak your truth. Okay. Sending you tons of love. I know Jenna has more for you.
Hey, Miss Bell. So I pulled a few cards with the Lenormand once again, and what I got was something around you and your physical health, about moving your body in a way that brings you joy and helps you connect and make more friends. So what I had was stork. So stork is movement, and I'm getting whip. Whip for me can often, communicate 2 things. Like one of them is either exercise or sex. However you need to get fit, you get fit your way. But the whip card usually is that repetitive motion. And then we have sun, which is you just feeling overall better, just your mindset, your feeling of positivity, your energy just kind of radiating and coming through and just feeling really good. This is going to be through your somatic experience of really moving your body and remembering what that body is capable of. Now, there's a very different topic, which the next set of cards told me. I'm wondering if either a literal pet that you had that you've lost in the past, either that or like a friend or like a brother, cousin who's male, has been attempting to reach out to you, and this person is on the other side. So we have dog. Dog can literally mean dog or brother or good friend. And I'm getting cross, and I'm getting lily, and I'm getting clover. There is an attempt to reach out to you and speak to you. So I don't know how heavily you lean into your mediumship abilities, or if you've been getting weird dreams like this. But if you're seeing weird synchronicities and signs that remind you of someone who's gone to the other side, it's not a coincidence that there really is contact attempting to happen. And I don't get the sense, because I was like, well, what is the contact concerning? And I don't really feel it's anything more than just wanting to make contact with you and reminding you of the relationship which still exists. So that is your very, very quick what came up for you in a general reading.
– Fabulous. Thank you, Jenna. And we're sending you lots of love. All right. Okay, let's see. So, Jen, yes, go ahead. And tip sent, what should I expect in the next week? Okay. Well, I got some interesting cards for you, Jen. Basically, I got the Be Candid card again after shuffling it back into the deck. So that seems to be a theme this week for the ladies. Be candid, express your truth, even at the risk of standing out. Don't worry about when I see this card is you're too concerned about the feelings around you, because candid is just basically expressing your thoughts as they're coming to you. Okay. Obviously you do have a kind heart, so you don't have to worry about hurting a lot of feelings. And if their feelings do get hurt, that's an indication that you're setting an appropriate boundary. Okay. So in the past, they're telling me that you've attempted to maintain peace by staying quiet or swallowing your words. So have faith that open and honest communication will bring a resolution to your situation. And if you're not sure where you stand, ask, because this is a card about communication. It may indicate that someone's words have created kind of a moment of clarity for you. So be willing to communicate your concerns clearly. And remember to be very open to other people's views or arguments, and let your emotions flow without trying to block them while looking at decisions and solutions. So, okay. Again, we talked about this earlier. This has something to do with the Vishuddha chakra. Okay. It represents your throat. And they're saying that when you work on this area and you're more candid and you work on speaking up for yourself a little bit more, that you can. Okay, okay, this is really interesting. This has happened more than once with you. They're showing me a light outside at night, and it's attracting a lot of bugs. And some of those bugs are like, really beautiful bugs, and some of them aren't. So you're a bright light, you have a beautiful presence, but it's your voice and speaking up for yourself that's going to drive away the not so nice things. Okay, and it's a boundary. Your throat is a boundary, is what they're showing me. So use it. Okay, that's the main energy that I got for you. I did get that you're thinking a lot about relationships. I got 7th house in the karmic cards, and this is not just relationships, this is marriage. So you're thinking for something really long-term, and you are ready for that. However, you're going to be going through some transformation in this area, because I got the 8th house. The 8th house is all about death and rebirth. So something in you needs to die in order to bring forth new shoots, something to be reborn in your life. You need to go through some transformation so that you start attracting the right people. Okay, Jen? I did go to my Enchanted Love Tarot because I just felt like the relationship energy was really strong in those cards. And I got the reversed Empress. You can see that she's with her daughter there. I know that you're an amazing mom. Okay, there's some butterflies. That's the transformation that I see coming your way. Okay, but see that beautiful castle in the background? That's the home that you've built for your family. This came in upside down, my dear. So there's something preventing you from like she's got her daughter there, right? And when it's upside down, there's something preventing her from using her hands to right herself and help her daughter. So it symbolizes that your love and that your relationships may suffer because of an overemphasis on the importance of outward appearances, wealth, and status. Okay. Start looking at people on a soul level. And what they're telling me is you are a very responsible and good mom. Okay. But you might attract people that can kind of, how do I say this? It can affect your relationship with your children. It can affect your relationship just kind of moving forward with your own life and birthing creativity and ideas and things like that. You will know the person is right for you when you can express yourself creatively without fear of being judged or being questioned or your family being judged or questioned. Okay. When I get the Empress reversed in the regular tarot, it's like, if you're asking about being pregnant, it's a no. But what I'm getting is that you do have a desire to give birth to a new child, a creative project, but wait until you have enough time and resources to do it without skimping, or there may be problems, okay, regarding family. They're also telling me that this Rahu Venus energy might affect you more than other people. I haven't seen your chart. I haven't read for you yet, but don't jump into anything right now, especially if it seems too good to be true, because that's the Rahu energy coming through. And his whole job is to basically keep you coming back here and paying off debts to people. Okay. So keep your kids at top of mind. I know that you're an amazing mom. But at the same time, really beware anything negative that can affect your relationship with them and negatively affect your beautiful creative spirit. Okay. I know you didn't ask a relationship questions, but the universe wants you to find true love, and you're thinking about it, because when I get this 7th house energy, it's all about, you're looking for your partner. You're looking for your mainstay. And my main advice to you is you're about to go through a period of transformation. Don't jump into anything serious right now, and see each relationship or partnership that kind of comes your way or date as a learning experience, and take it slow, very slow. And when you're on the date, speak your mind. Don't let them overtalk you. Don't let them silence you in any way. Just speak your mind. I know you're not a rude person, so if I tell you that, you're just probably going to speak a little more than you normally do. But basically, that's what Spirit's telling me, is your ability to be candid will help you. How do I say this? It's kind of like bug repellent. That's what they're saying. Okay, you're gonna say something, and if they take offense and don't like it, that's a good thing, because that's a boundary that needs to be there. Okay, I'm sending you lots of love. I know Jenna has more for you, Jennifer. Take care.
Hey, Jen. I feel like your question is such a loaded question, because I'm looking at my cards, and my sense is, girl, we need a session. Honestly, like, I'm looking at these cards, and and they keep shifting in terms of what they're talking about to me. And usually that means that they're trying to answer multiple questions at the same time with only a few cards.
Yeah.
So let me get right into it. We have tree, we have clouds. So I feel like first off the jump is that next week there is going to finally be some clarity around some things that have had some either long-standing confusion on your end, or even some maybe lingering depression, or just kind of feeling low, or lack of, like, just feeling a little foggy headed. These clouds are going to start clearing, both internally and externally. Now, very interestingly, I got the fox, I got fish, and I got the key. So key is that pay attention card. This is a big deal. Fox and fish, I feel like there's a couple of things that it's talking about. One of them is around either some creative project that you're hoping to monetize, or it could be like a side hustle or a little side thing. And it feels like you've been waiting and trying to decide where to move forward in a way that's going to really be viable for you. And I feel that that answer is going to come next week. The other part of this is, it's always feast or famine. So if we've had a time where we have felt like just not on our game in terms of our creativity, then all of a sudden it all comes at once, and then you're going to have to make a decision. Either way, whatever area this is talking about, it's very clear that the clouds, something that's been long vexing you, starts to dissipate. And it can be a very prolific time in terms of your creativity, your way forward. If you're looking for work, or waiting on a decision, it's very favorable for you as well, because Fox is the card of the job seeker as well as the entrepreneur. And then fish means either abundance or money. So it's good. It feels like there's going to be some shifts. Now, because the cards are like trying to talk to me about multiple things at the same time, which is like Spirit going, seriously, Jenna, you're only going to allow us 5 cards to talk to Jen about this huge question that she just asked. I'm like, yes, I'm sorry. I don't know. But I pulled tarot from my little mixy matchy magpie box, and I got Aditi, which is a Indian based deck. I think it's called the Great Void, but it's Judgment. So again, there's some kind of game changing situation where there's a leveling up process or evolution process. Ace of Wands is the card of the initiation. So just some new idea or way forward that you want to just leap through. But we have Page of Pentacles, that it will be fruitful, and it will also be a time of great learning, as well as what's the word I'm thinking of? Lucrative in a really like steady way that builds over time. So that is the answer to your question. I hope it helps.
Fabulous. And right after the reading, she said, "You're so fantastic." And she says, "I have a super full life. We do need a session." Okay. So, Miss Jen, it's Jenna Matlin, same spelling as down here, .com. Okay. So you can schedule your session there. She's fabulous. I love her. She gave me a reading a while ago, and it was amazing for Fox's passing. I really appreciated that. Okay. All right, so we're just going in order, guys, but we're headed toward the end. Okay, so if you tip, do so now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to go ahead and just fly through these.
Lightning
Mary John,
round.
yes, lightning round. Marijana Ivanisek, I would love a reading. Okay, I got Mercury and I got the shaman. You have shamanic gifts. Okay, this is from the Wild Goddess Tarot. Working on healing or oracle, excuse me, working on healing and empowering yourself if you want to be useful to others on their journey from suffering to healing. When I pull the shaman, it tells me you've been through some suffering, but it was to help you step into your role as a healer. And you could do that by expressing yourself in a variety of communicative realms. Get out there, show people what you can do, because they're going to celebrate who you are. Okay, and what you can bring. And you're going to be bringing relationships together as well, and celebrations. That's what shamans do. They bring people together for these amazing spiritual practices. Make sure to rest as you're going through this, okay? Because you do have a tendency toward burnout, is what they're telling me. We wear a lot of hats. They're showing me all of the roles you play in your life, not just with your family and work, but just in general. And you've got a lot going on, okay? So make time to rest. And it was funny. I pulled this as you pulled the Ace of Wands, Jenna. Yeah. So this is great for goal fulfillment. And I always imagine a shaman holding a staff, as you can see here. She's holding this like staff here. All right. Use that staff. It's going to really help you. It's going to make your impossible dreams come true, is what they're telling me. Okay, so this is divinely inspired. The cloud coming out of the sky holding the wand this is a divine spiritual gift that you've been given by spirit, and it's through hard work in previous lives. Okay, so you're being called forth as a shaman. Use that beautiful voice, bring people together, and turn that pain into gain for other people. I'm excited for you.
All right, my dear. So it's funny how, Michelle, you chose Four of Wands, right? Which is one of the traditional wedding cards. And in Lenormand, I pulled the ring.
No
So
way.
it's just funny when you get readers together and like we are vibing on the same, like whatever that is. But for you, I feel like this is more talking about, so ring is marriage, but it also can mean contracts, agreements, and promises. And what I feel is that there's been some promise made to you by somebody else. And this may be a promise that you've been waiting on. And it feels like your ship kind of comes in soon, because I literally get ship and I get bouquet. And then I get stars. So, this way. So ship, bouquet, and stars talk about something kind of coming to fruition. And that thing feels really beautiful and vibrant and full. And it's also something that could be something you've been wishing on or hoping for a really long time with that star energy. Star in Lenormand is very similar to the star in tarot. It's one of the few that are kind of similar in meaning, which is a card of hope and inspiration. That's one of the meanings. And so I feel like there's just something you've been waiting on that kind of comes to you. Additionally, like another reading layer to this is I am wondering if you've been waiting to be given a gift by someone within your family, or even maybe something that has to do with an inheritance. It could even be that as well, because I do get bear. And bear can be maternal line, but it can also mean the big picture of your wealth. So this item could somehow tick both of those boxes. Either way, I feel like coming into spring, there's just some really beautiful, very pretty cards in alignment for you. And really the message here for you is just say yes. That's all it really said. Just keep saying yes to all of the gifts and say, yes, I will continue to accept all of these beautiful gifts. So that's my very quick reading for you today.
Oh, thank you, Jenna. That was beautiful. I'm just going to do a really quick one for CEV12, and we're sending you lots of love. Thank you for joining us. And Katie, I saw that you asked another question. We only do one question per show, so you're welcome to come back next week or schedule a session with one of us. All right. I really wanted to get to you, CEV12, because I just lost my best friend too. So do you have mediumship? I'm wondering about Marmy, my cat. Okay. Your Marmy cat. Okay. So I immediately tapped into your cat's energy. Absolutely loved you. Like this cat was a very beautiful part of you. Okay. But I got for you that you're stuck. You're having trouble getting past the pain. Okay. There's an internal conflict going on within you regarding the death that you kind of need to still work through. And so I asked like how to get unstuck from this. And usually it's like, self-care or, talking to a friend or something like that. And I got that there's another cat waiting for you. And I got the romance card. They are going to love the living crud out of you, my dear. So the image that what I got, the first thing that popped into my head is your two hearts will beat as one. And if you love the little guys as much as I do, I completely understand what that feels like. It's like your heart is outside of your body. Okay. There's another cat that's waiting for you. Okay. And your cat left so that you could invite this new soul into your life, because this is it's going to help you like kind of get unstuck from a lot of the grief that you're dealing with your little marmy cat. Okay. But the main thing I'm getting is that true love is coming to you soon, and it's going to be in the form of another little kitty cat. Okay. I know that this particular cat will never replace the cat that you had. And I'm speaking from the heart. Like I lost 3 dogs in the last 5 years, and they're all different and they're all beautiful and they all meant something different to me. But the moment I rescued Rosie, it was like something healed, because she brought in a new energy to our house and gave me a lot of the love, even though different love that I was missing from my other guys. So it's coming. You are so full of love for these guys that it's kind of like they're showing me that you have like, how cats have an M on your head? You have a sign on your forehead that they see and go, hi. I know you. You're a cat servant and you're going to love me. But there is going to be one particular cat that's going to reach through and get, like, they're showing me a paw coming through and just like grabbing you. Okay. That is what this cat is doing in spirit, because it's not only coming to, because this particular cat will need help. This is not a cat that is just going to be, this is a cat that needs help is what they're showing me. But in return, it's going to give you so much love. It's going to be amazing. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you tons of love as you deal with your loss, and I'm right there with you. Okay. Take care.
Hey, so yeah, Michelle and I are both quite the big animal lovers, and Michelle, of course, didn't say, but she helped me with a GoFundMe for a cat that I was desperately trying to save last year. So I completely understand. Mediumship is something I do, and I love doing pet mediumship. And Marmy came to me even before we got to you, like when I saw your question. And she said this, it was very loud. My tummy hurt, mommy. And I feel like that is a confirmation. It's not about that it hurts now or that's even an issue, but just like I'm trying to confirm that I'm here and I'm here with you and I'm listening. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. It's really, really clear in what she's saying to me that she understood you couldn't do anymore. She knew that. And so there's no indictment for you. There's no blame. It's really, really, really important that you know that. And it's going to get me. I always have the hardest time with these cat mediumships because, I get it. And so I want you to really know that in the readings that I often do with mediumship in general, there's a lot of different ways it can go. And what's showing up, she is emphatic about, I am in the good place. Like, don't even worry about me. And I'll show you, the cards show up. We have Snake. Snake is you. Snake is like an alternate female card, actually. And then we have Stork. So Stork meaning migration. You guys have heard me talk about that a couple of times tonight. So I am wondering, were you with her at the moment of passing or very close by, like encircling her? That's very clear that whether you were physically present or not, she felt your presence and felt more or less safe to go. And the transition was beautiful. It was easy, because then we have Sun. I'm happy. I'm so good. I am so good. And home. I've gone home. I've gone to the real home, the home that all of us go home to. And I know that you were with her for quite a while, is my guess, with the lily, and that there were parts of you and what you went through that she witnessed, and that she was part of, that she's acknowledging. So I want you to know she knows you're good. She is so good. And if you've heard me tonight, I don't tell people things that they just want to hear to make them happy. It's literally, the transmission is very loud. And then I pulled a few more cards because I'm like, Marmy, you're like coming up super loud right now. And so she's addressing a very, very loud question that I wonder, that I'm like, oh, okay. And the question that I think she's addressing is, did you do enough? Did you make the right choices? Because what I have here is crossroads. You were so stressed about making the right choices in a very complex and complicated situation. And that she's being really clear that she knows that you did the best possible choices with the information that was given to you. And finally, she is there's some kind of toy that she's talking about. I don't know if you've kept it. Something she loved. And I'm getting that very, very loudly. Something of hers that maybe you kept, or you've been wondering what to do about it. And it's really clear. She's saying that she comes and plays with the toy at night. And she also comes and visits you at night. I'm getting key, again, big card, big like, hey, pay attention. This is the main message. I'm getting fish, but I'm really hearing that as like a toy or things that she batted around and played with. And then finally the moon. So you are getting regular visits. If you're getting dreams, they probably are visits. And she's coming around. So, okay. She's also saying, did you plant something outside for her, or were you thinking to? I'm getting something around a plant or plants, and she's showing me from her like a cat level perspective. Does that make any sense? But it's like her final message as we close things down right now. So that's what I'm getting as well. And she's really close. I think you must have, I don't know when you lost her, but it feels sooner rather than later because the energy is very, very fresh. And that's the reading I have for you tonight.
Oh, and she said,
yeah. Like, did she like catnip too? Because I'm getting something like something like, or even cat mint, or something that you can grow on the gray that she would like. I'm getting something like that. Oh, okay. She's like, I'm like, can you stop, Marmy? Like, I'm getting like something around scent. Like, she loved the smell of you. That's the final thing I want to leave for you.
Oh, she says, thank you both very much. You're so welcome, CEV12. And we hope that was helpful for you. And we're sending you lots of love on your journey. And can you believe it's been an hour and a half? So if we didn't get to your question, guys, come next week. We're here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. And I just want to do a very special thank you to Jenna for joining us today. Everyone, you can get her stuff. Let's see if I can get it here. Brand. There it is. You can get her newest book, Will You Give Me a Reading? It's available on Amazon and where books are sold. It's absolutely fabulous. I love my book. Whether you are an experienced tarot reader or you're just beginning, it's for everybody. And it's just chock full of great information. And, the best way to start off, in my opinion, with the tarot is to begin on yourself and use it as a self-introspection tool. So if you're like, well, I don't know about the tarot or this or that, get her book and just practice on yourself, practice on your friends, practice on your family. Okay. That's how we all start. Okay. Get that confidence going. But yeah, highly recommend you get it. It's a great value. And you have another book out as well, Jenna. What is the name of that?
Yes, I have 2 prior self-published books, and it's really for like tarot professionals. It's called Have Tarot Will Party and Have Tarot Will Travel. And you can get both of those on Amazon.
Excellent. Excellent. So thank you so much for coming on the show and for sharing your energy with us. I hope you get lots of clients, and
Oh,
I'm so glad that people bought the book while they were on the
I
show. That's
know, it's
fabulous.
so
It's,
sweet. Thank
yeah.
you. This is so wonderful. I love being, a guest and getting to know your community
Mhm.
and what you've created. And it's just so special, isn't it? All of us readers have these little pockets of goodness and love and care in a world that needs it more than ever. So thank you so much for having this beautiful community. And thank you for allowing me to be part of it for tonight.
Oh, of course, of course. And CEV, I mean, I love this question because she says virtual hug, virtual hug, very helpful. I loved your question because it's the one thing that, Jenna and I really connected on was our love for cats and for the little guys. And for me,
All
it's
of them.
dogs
Yeah.
and cats. Yeah. So you came to the right place at the right time to hear from your babies. So okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. My name is Michelle Marie. I am both a tarot and oracle card reader, as well as a Western and Vedic astrologer. You can find me at astrologicaltarot.com. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with us tonight.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Michelle, for having me. It's been wonderful. It's been a good time.
It has. All right. And we are sending you lots of love. Take care, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.